The vulnerability of the poor in India. Tiny and basic, this was a home for a family of four. Many questions are being raised around the unauthorized demolition of this home and many others like it. A demolition in which the claim of illegal Bangladeshi migrants made by nearby residents and backed by the BJP MLA has played a very large part. We're going to give you a bird's eye look of the area so that you could actually understand what happened. Over there, the lake itself. There is a buffer area as mandated by the NGT. No construction is supposed to happen there. Coming closer, you can see the array of shacks. There are hundreds of shacks here which have come up on this private land. Hundreds of shacks which have come up here in which people have been living for some years now. Several of them actually work in nearby apartment buildings. They're still living there, most of them, but the first front rows of these shacks, you can see, have been demolished. The first row of the shacks have been demolished right up to there. This demolition was done over the weekend based on a letter sent by an assistant executive engineer of the BBMP to the police of the area, saying that as it was a slum, as there's a possibility of illegal activity, and also because of the possibility of illegal Bangladeshi migrants living here, that the shack should in fact be demolished. So over the weekend, these demolitions did in fact happen of this front row of shacks and others as well in the area. Now, this was stopped after BBMP officials, senior officials, said that they'd given no such order. They had not given an order for this demolition. The engineer who actually gave that order has been suspended. Action has been taken against him. So the demolitions have stopped. But this is the situation really, and this is the view of the area which has been in the news of late. The lake over there, down here the shacks, and the front row of shacks that has been demolished. And while the people there who lost their homes did show their identity cards, insisting they were in fact Indians from Assam, from elsewhere, some from Karnataka itself, they did show their identity cards. The shacks were still demolished. It is said that the owners of this private land were given notice by the police that the shacks would be demolished, but they failed to tell the people who were actually living there. So dozens of people losing their homes in this demolition after an order that didn't really stand the test of legality, an order that did not come from the top executives at the BBMP. The demolition of these shacks near the Bellandur Lake taking place and causing quite a stir. The demolition has stopped now, but too late for the many people who have lost their homes over here. We're right above the slum in Bengaluru's Bellandur, which made the headlines when some of the shacks here were actually demolished. This is private land. There are hundreds of shacks here where people have been living from elsewhere in the state, from elsewhere in the country, but the shacks in front were demolished following a letter from an engineer working with the BBMP on the grounds that there may be illegal activities here, that there may be illegal Bangladeshi migrants actually settled here. And this private land, the police actually came with police protection. Some of the shacks were demolished over the weekend. Now, right next to it, of course, is this very big apartment complex. And people here have different views about that slum itself. They're not wanting to come on camera or to be identified, but we'll be talking to one of the residents here about what they see, the situation here. When did this start? When did the shacks actually come up?
It started in the year 2016. Some of the shacks came up here. But fortunately, a good drive was taken up by BBMP and police officials. They started cleaning this up. But unfortunately, what they did was, instead of showing Bangladeshi immigrants here, they brought in some Assamese and some of the local North Karnataka guys went before the High Court of Karnataka and brought a stay.
This was some years ago.
Some years ago.
Similar to what happened this weekend.
Suppressing the fact that who are the real occupants of this slum here. That was very unfortunate. Now the thing has been taken up before the Honorable High Court of Karnataka and it's on the process of law.
You believe that there are or were illegal Bangladeshis living here?
100%. Because In this entire this one, about 500 to 600 women work in and around Bellandur area in plush apartments, especially as maid servants. Okay, when we try to check all the documents with them, I don't know exactly how they are all obtained Aadhaar cards. And some of them have been personally interviewed, and we got 100% information. These people are none other than illegal Bangladeshi immigrants.
You have proof? Did they say that they were from Bangladesh? Do you have that on record actually saying that they were from Bangladesh?
Yes. In fact, it was. When we interviewed personally to them, they said they are from Bangladesh and they were brought here.
And they were here illegally without the requisite papers?
Yes. But they have somehow managed to obtain Aadhaar cards. But fortunately, Aadhaar card is not citizenship 100% proof.
These are, of course, poorer people. What is your response to the fact that many of them lost their homes over the weekend, that they were rendered homeless?
That's very unfortunate. That government has to answer for this question. But according to eyewitnesses and our people who really looked into it, nothing of that sort happened. In fact, they were doing a very good drive. Unfortunately, I came to know that assistant executive engineer was suspended here. It's very unfortunate. But the truth is, you can see they have got illegal BESCOM connections, they have got water, they have got everything. Fortunately, we being the good taxpayers, we hardly get anything.
So even though the way it was done you may not agree with, you do believe that this slum should be removed, that the hutmans should go?
Yes, of course. Because especially if you go in deep into this, there are some illegal activities which happens here, especially prostitution in the evenings, then drug peddling, maybe logistic support to antisocial elements, which we can't prove. This is an allegation. One more thing which I would like to bring you to the notice is, see, very unfortunate things happen here. Husbands go as rag pickers after 11:30 in the night. They come back 3:30 in the morning to their houses and let their women work as maid servants in and around here.
You wish for this slum to be removed?
Yes, of course, yes. Because for a clean Bangalore and other things. One more thing I would like to add is they do open defecation from morning 5:30 to 6:30, which easily it can be seen. One more thing is the husbands who go for rag picking here, you can see the other side, that's northwest of our property, all plastic is lying there.
That is over there.
Which
That
they
is-
burn,
Okay. Okay.
putting our kids into infectious, hazardous problems here, which we have already taken treatment from hospitals.
Now, Arvind Limbavali, the MLA, of course, tweeted out a video taken from here and showing just the rooftops, but saying that there were illegal Bangladeshis. That video does, in fact, say that. Do you support that video? Do you support the contents of that
See,
video?
politically based videos we don't support. Okay, we would like to know the ground fact. Now, today you are here. Please know the ground fact and let this video be released.
But you support any drive to actually remove the slum?
We all support.
You also.
We all support.
Thank you very much. Well, one of the residents of this apartment block, which actually overlooks this slum, saying that they do support the demolition drive, saying that illegal activities do happen here, and that they have proof, in fact, that among the people living here and working in apartments such as this, there are people who are here illegally from Bangladesh. There are hundreds of tiny huts in this area of Bellandur in Bengaluru. They're cramped, they're crowded, and some are more crowded now. After the demolition of the front row of huts in this area, dozens of huts were brought down in an unauthorized way. Over the weekend, this slum is right next to a large apartment block, and after reports that there were illegal Bangladeshi migrants staying here, a claim that was backed by the BJP MLA, dozens of houses were brought down, dozens of these huts were brought down, and many people had to move away. Riyadul Islam, आपका घर क्या होगा?
मेरा घर तोड़ दिया, मैं मेरा फ्रेंड का इधर रहता हूँ।
फ्रेंड के साथ?
हाँ, फ्रेंड का साथ रहता हूँ।
हाँ, कितने लोग हैं?
अभी हम लोग 2 आदमी था, मैं आया, अभी 3 आदमी हैं।
3 आदमी हैं।
हाँ।
3 आदमी इस जगह में।
हाँ,
इस जगह में. So in this space, there are now 3 people living. Riyadul Islam has had to join 2 of his friends as the hut in which he was staying was actually demolished. लोग बोलते हैं कि यहाँ बांग्लादेशी, इलीगल
बांग्लादेशी होगा तो पुलिस का काम है इंक्वायरी करके निकालना चाहिए। अभी हम लोग का आसाम का है, हम लोग का पूरा प्रूफ है, आधार कार्ड, पान कार्ड, एनआरसी तक है। आसाम में एनआरसी लागू हो गया, एनआरसी तक है, पूरा प्रूफ है।
सब पेपर से,
सब पेपर है। हम लोग बोला हम लोग का प्रूफ चेक करो तोड़ने से पहले, क्यों बांग्लादेशी बोल के सबका घर क्यों उजाड़ रहा है? हम लोग के पास प्रूफ है, प्रूफ चेक करके तो बताना चाहिए। जो बांग्लादेशी पकड़ कर लेकर जाओ, क्या करना है आप लोग को?
ऐसा मत करना चाहिए।
ऐसे तोड़ो मत, ऐसा हम लोग को बोला प्रूफ नहीं देखना है, आप लोग खाली करके जाओ, हम लोग तोड़ना है, ऐसा बोला है।
सब लोग इंडिया से है ना?
हाँ, इंडिया, आसाम, त्रिपुरा, आपका जो बिहार, कुछ बिहार, कलकत्ता है, सब उड़ीसा, सब जगह का आदमी इधर रहता है। जो सब आदमी सेफ्टियर ऑफिस में काम करता है, एसके का हाउस कीपिंग काम करता है, मंत्री अपार्टमेंट में लेडीज जाकर काम करता है, सब इधर से जाता है। अभी पूरा घर और तोड़ दिया तो आदमी कहाँ जाएगा? परेशान की तरह इधर इधर भाग रहा है। अभी बीच में तोड़ा है, ना पेमेंट हुआ ना कुछ हुआ, आदमी कुछ साइड लेने के लिए पैसा भी चाहिए ना। अभी 10-12 हज़ार मिलता है इधर, सस्ता में रूम मिलता है, इसलिए आदमी लोग इधर तीरता है।
कितना?
2500। हाँ,
एक आदमी के लिए या
ये एक रूम के लिए?
रूम के लिए
4 आदमी रह सकता है।
2500 एक रूम के लिए?
हाँ, एक रूम के लिए तो 3-4 आदमी रह सकता है। तो हम लोग का आसान हो जाता है, घर में भी पैसा भेज सकता है मम्मी पापा का पास, हम लोग भी चलने के लिए हो जाता है। अगर बाहर में जाऊँगा, पक्का का रूम लूँगा, 20,000 डिपॉजिट देना पड़ेगा, इसके बाद किराया 7,000 8,000 देना पड़ेगा, मुश्किल हो जाता है, पैसा बचता नहीं, इसलिए हम लोग इधर थे रहे।
कोई लोग आप जैसे दोस्त के साथ रहते हैं, दूसरे लोग
वैसे कोई चला गया, कोई भाग कर चला गया, किधर रहेगा? कुछ जो जिसका सहारा मिला है इधर गया, कि जिसको नहीं मिला वो लोग इधर से चला गया, जिसका पास पैसा है दूसरा जगह शिफ्ट हो गया।
कोई बांग्लादेशी लोग रहते हैं यहाँ?
नहीं, बांग्लादेशी
कोई
नहीं रहता है। अब सब लोग, मैं इसको पूछूंगा, वो बोलेगा मैं कलकत्ता से या उड़ीसा से, कोई बोलेगा मैं बाहर से। पुलिस का काम होता है इंक्वायरी करना है,
चेक करने के लिए,
चेक करना चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं है डायरेक्ट आकर जो दूसरा का घर तोड़ देगा तो प्रॉब्लम होता है ना।
आप क्या काम करते हैं?
मेरा इधर छोटा सा एक दुकान था,
दुकान है?
ये सब तोड़ दिया, इसलिए मैं इधर साइड में बैठा है।
उम्र कितनी है?
24।
हाँ। और आप असम से हैं?
आसाम से।
और दोस्त
लोग, ये एक फ्रेंड है, एक दीदी है।
They're staying with his friends here, having to stay with his friends who've been kind enough to take him in after the place he was renting for 2,500 rupees was demolished. These are tiny homes, but they've managed to share because there doesn't seem to be an alternative. When you have lost the home in which you're living, when it's been demolished, you have to rely on the kindness of friends. There is no choice, and Muhammad Riyad al-Islam is one of the many who have lost their homes. His friends have helped him out. Others have moved elsewhere, they've gone elsewhere, but they are all Indians here. They've shown their documents. They say the role of the police is to check those documents, not to help bringing down houses in an unauthorized fashion and leaving people without a roof over their heads. This was a shop. This is the remains of a shop, a small shop that was run by Noor Hussain, who now has no shelter over his head. आपका परिवार में कितने लोग हैं?
हम लोग का है 4 आदमी।
4 आदमी?
4 आदमी।
2 बच्चे हैं?
2 बच्चे हैं, एक बीवी है।
ये आपको
हाँ।
नाम, बच्चे का नाम?
बच्चे के नाम को
राहन। राहन। अभी तो घर नहीं है।
नहीं,
कहाँ सोते हैं आप?
हम फुटपाथ में
यहाँ?
हाँ, यहीं सोते हैं। क्या करेंगे, वो थोड़ा टीना से बना के उसी के नीचे रहते हैं।
ओके।
हाँ।
रात को ठंड हो रही है?
नहीं, क्या करेंगे, अभी सब कुछ तो खत्म हो गया, अभी सुना तो पड़ेगा, वैसे ही बाल बच्चा लेके रहता हूँ।
So he sleeps over there. This little shack was his house, but they sleep over there as a family. दूसरा बच्चा स्कूल का?
वो लड़की फिर अपार्टमेंट में।
स्कूल
नहीं, वो बड़ा वाला है ना, वो अपार्टमेंट में।
हाँ,
अपार्टमेंट में काम करते हैं। हाँ, हाउस कीपिंग में। हाँ, बीबी भी हाउस कीपिंग में काम करता है। हाँ,
बहुत लोग यहाँ अपार्टमेंट में काम करते हैं।
हाँ, अपार्टमेंट में काम करते हैं।
Many of the people living here actually work in these apartments, and this is again just an example of the contrast of India. We have people living in places like this, places that are so vulnerable, easily demolished, and then we have right next to it this massive upmarket apartment block. And it is from this apartment really that a video was taken of this area, a video that was sent, noticed by Arvind Limbavali, a BJP MLA, who later tweeted it out. Following that tweet, A letter was sent by an assistant executive engineer of the BBMP to the police saying that they were going to demolish these because there were lots of illegal Bangladeshi immigrants here, and also they say because it was a slum, it had become a slum. So over the weekend people moved in and demolished all of this. वो लोग कहते हैं कि बांग्लादेशी से सब लोग बांग्लादेशी से है.
नहीं, इधर तो बांग्लादेशी नहीं है। पहले 6 महीना पहले जो गंडगोल हुआ था तब सब भाग गया।
Okay.
हाँ,
अभी तो कोई
इधर नहीं है।
तो
अभी हम लोग तो जानता है, हम लोग बोलता है जो आप लोग पूरब देखिए, जो कोई बांग्लादेशी होगा तो आप लोग उठा लीजिए।
सब हिंदुस्तानी से,
हाँ,
इंडिया से.
हाँ, इंडिया का है,
इंडिया का है.
असम का है, हाँ, बंगाल का है, पंजाब का है, राजस्थान का है, असम के है, हाँ, असम के ज़्यादा है।
So बांग्लादेश में कोई नहीं है.
नहीं, हमारा ये एरिया में नहीं है। हम यही जानते हैं और उतना नहीं जानते, तो हमारा ये एरिया का बात हम जानते हैं। हाँ।
So children wandering among the remains really of the house that came down, the remains of the house that was brought down, one among many dwellings that were brought down here. The family sleeping out in the open at night after it was brought down. They say there are no Bangladeshis living here illegally. This man is from Assam, but he doesn't have his house anymore here in the Bellandur area of Bengaluru. With Govind Murthy, Maya Sharma for NDTV.